Oh boy, it's a wonderful day, isn't it? It's great to see so many people in the chat already. Man, are you going to be surprised today? I am so excited. It just all came about kind of at the last minute, but Bill and I are going to preview and launch our new podcast channel during this live stream. I've got Bill in the background. Pops, he's hanging out. I'm going to bring him on the screen in just a moment and we'll chat a little bit before we do this. But he and I thought, what better way to release our new podcast than to do it during a live stream. So that's what we're going to do. So let me see here who's around today. Hey, there's KC. KC, good to see you. One of my favorite people. I think Debbie Sue was here, but she had to bail. Grandpa Chuck, one of my favorite guys around. Good to see you this morning, Grandpa Chuck. Millennia's here. Millennia is an unbelievable musician. So glad you stopped by. Oh, you got your mic set up. That's great, 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 great. And there's Ferdinand. Ferdinand's in my school. I'll talk about that a little bit later too. There's CL. Hey CL, how you doing, buddy? Fitness over 50. Oh my word. I'm really over 50, buddy. Let me tell you. Jen, now there's a regular crew that shows up to all of these live streams. I gotta tell you, D with Debbie, how you guys doing? I'm trying to get everybody in here at the very beginning in case I miss anybody. I don't know that. I don't know. Do I know you? Let's see. With that off of Evandustry. Anyway, wow, great. Sally. Sally, love her channel. Sally, glad you could get here and be a part of the launch of our podcast. Mugs, who else do we got here? Oh, here we go. Tom, the cranky guy. Good to see you, buddy. I got a nice group of people in here. Wow, wow, wow. I want to give everybody a chance to get on the screen here. There's Greg. How you doing, buddy? Anybody else? Here's John. John, good to see you. Sally. Sally, I just wish you'd start an hour later. That's all. I was up at 3:30 this morning. I could have jumped in with you, but I didn't do it. I'm sorry. Oh man, the Frontier Man, good to see you here. Mike Sabatini, Mike's a good friend. Good to see you. I got a lot of folks in here. All right. Tiff, let's see if we got anybody else that I've missed so far. Here's Evie. Sweet wife. I got a sweet wife. Oh man, I tell you. Bill and I were talking offline about doing some stuff about our wives. The distracted creator. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's hard to stay on track. I got to tell you, that's for sure. Farmer Jones, Tiff, let's see, did I say? I think I've caught up with everybody here. I want to get everybody on the screen before Bill and I get on here. Nice to have everybody here. I'm so excited. Let me get Bill in here. Hey, Pop, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. How's everybody doing today?
So Pop and I wanted to come on and say something to all of you that are following us from our very first live stream that Pop and I did together. In the aftermath of that, everybody started telling us something. What were they telling us, Pop?
Well, they were all saying they wanted us to do a podcast. So we finally buckled in and said, why not? Let's do it.
Well, it took us a little while, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But hey, we're both pretty busy.
Well, yeah, there's a lot that goes into setting up a podcast when you've got two people on it that you're going to do together. I may share some of that background, but we're going to try to do a podcast once a week. Maybe we'll do it on Monday. We're going to do it on Tuesdays, but since we're going live today, maybe we'll release them on Mondays. So on our first recording session, Bill and I, we were going to do 4 podcasts in one sitting. We barely got through 2. I was pooped. What about you, Pop?
Yeah. Yes, there's a lot more to it than what you really understand or realize till you get into the meat of it.
Oh my word! And then of course you got to edit them and all of that on the back end. But we had a lot of fun doing it, and most of you know, Pop and I have become really good friends and compatriots, and get into trouble once in a while too. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
Well, let
That's
me
right.
see. Let me get over here to the. Hang on a second. Why isn't that working right? Here we go. About the time you get one thing figured out, several other things take place. So
You need to
let me
get
get.
your producer in there, Mike, and get him to be
y-
working on some of that stuff for you.
Yeah, here we go. I got to add this to the screen here. Why? There it is. Old
Yeah.
Mike and Pops. Now, for those of you that are watching this is our new podcast channel. I'm going to have links in this video, in this live stream, in the description. There'll be links to the podcast. But if you are a subscriber to either my channel or to Pop's channel, since we are collaborating on the podcast together, it should show up in your feed also. But let me get over here so I can fiddle around with this. Hang on a second. So what we have here, though, this is a placeholder. I put that up because when you're setting up a channel, before you can get any content, especially as a podcast, you got to get a placeholder. So this very first video, as soon as I go live with our first real video, I'm going to unlist this one. And let me go back over here. And I'm gonna go. I don't know whether the screen will follow me on doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here's our first video. It's unlisted. I'm going to make it public. I'm going to publish it. And let's see what that did. Uh, put in a refresh on that. There it is. How does that 14 views? Maybe Bill, you and I watched it 14 times. I don't know,
Yeah, I
man.
think so.
Oh,
How about
brother.
that?
Okay, let me go back to let me go back and unlist this other one. Mm, public unlist that one. Save that. Okay. Go back over here or refresh that, see what that looks like. There we go. It's all set up. Ha ha
There you
ha.
go.
New
The new
beginnings.
beginnings.
Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, to be out hunting, maybe playing golf. I don't know, walking around, doing something. And here we are, old Mike and Pops. We're doing a podcast. All right, all right. That's enough of that, but that's it. That's what we're doing. So I hope everybody gets a chance to go over and see our new podcast. Uh, and we wanted to, most of all, thank everybody for encouraging us. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing it, would we, Pop?
Amen. Yep. That's we got a lot of feedback from folks. I've been watching quite a few live streams from all the clan out there. Good, wonderful, loyal people. And people kept saying, "Hey, Pop, when are you going to start doing your podcast?" Well, we're working on it. We're getting it put together. So I'm glad we got the first two knocked out, and you'll be able to post them and see them, and then be working on the others. And we'll see how it does. We had a lot of fun doing it, and hope we'll be having a lot more fun down the road. We just appreciate everybody and all the folks that have subscribed to old Mike and my channel and follow us. And by the way, I'm going to do my first live stream actually tomorrow evening at
Whoa.
7 o'clock my time, which is Central. So uh, I'm going to attempt to do it. Put it that way. It'll be my first one. So hey, a lot of people have been asking me about doing that, and I thought, well, I'd said before I didn't want to do it till I got at least 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. I just feel like I had to earn the right, and everybody said, oh no, you don't have to do that, and I understand that, but just something I personally wanted to do. So we hit that 1,000 a couple of weeks ago, and it's still climbing. So that's doing good, and so we'll do that tomorrow at 7
Well, cool.
p.m.
Now,
Central.
if you're not subscribed to Pop's channel, go down in the description of this live stream. I've got a link to his channel. Make sure and subscribe and catch the live streams. I think that's cool. Well, Pop,
I
I'm going to
appreciate
let
that.
you go. I got a few other things I'm going to do, and
All righty.
uh, I'm happy for everybody that jumped on and was a part of the inaugural release. We don't have any champagne, we don't have any gifts or anything to give away, but anyway, since you guys are all
Yeah.
a part of this, we wanted to make you a part of this. So, okay,
Amen. Appreciate
all
you
right,
guys.
all right, Pops. Talk to you later, buddy.
All right. We'll be.
So that was fun. Wow. Let me check up on the what's going on in the live chat just for a moment before I talk about a few other things. Uh, Sally says that she's going to be there, Pops. Uh, Pushing all the wrong buttons here. Eh. So, one of the other things I wanted to make sure everybody knew about was some of you heard me talking about my school. And let me get it on the screen just for a moment. A lot of the people in the chat, several of the people in the chat are part of the school, which has been a lot of fun. And but I want to bring it up on the screen just for a moment here. There it is. Uh, Old me a living better. Oh my word. So this is cool. It costs $5 a month. I've got a lot of great creators that are in this school. I can't tell you how excited I am. Most of you know that I really love community. Here's Robert, good friend of mine. Uh, we've got a really active message board. It's got an 89%. Well, let me. I can't. Don't want to show you that, but it's got about an 89% engagement factor, which is really great. And let's see if the classroom will show up. I've got some really cool things in the classroom that are free. Once you join the community, the rest of this is all free. And I've got content that I have created, spent a fair amount of time working on creating. And I'm not seeing it show up on my other screen, but take my word for it. If it doesn't show up, then that's just the way it is. I don't know. So I got a lag on that screen and this screen. Trying to see if it's going to show up. Nah, I guess it isn't. Okay, well, let me get off of that then. If it doesn't show, that doesn't. Oh, there it is. Yep, it was there. Hang on a minute. Go back over here. So here's all these guides. I've just posted a YouTube manifesto guide. And if you're in the school, you can download. These are some 15 to 20 page PDF files that I put together, a lot of from my experience on YouTube, but my almost 30 years experience of being online, a content creator for CompuServe, Netscape, and AOL. And so, hey, thank you, Laura. Appreciate that gift. And here's a fun one, your personality guide. Do you have the personality to be a YouTuber? I don't know. So I've got all these guides, but I've also got worksheets. These are pretty cool. Uh, so let me see. Let me pick this one here. This is your side income worksheet. This was a very popular video that I did. And so I put a PDF worksheet along with that, that you can actually walk through this entire worksheet on, if you have a target of making at least $1,000 as a side income, that's why I did that particular worksheet. So I got a lot of them there. Been having fun doing that. So let's see what's going on over here in the chat. I got a lot of people talking. Let's see. Hey, Sally, Mike's school is so great. He has lots of PDFs for boomers to download easily. So awesome info. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Getting more reps out of Mike's Adventures. But by the way, Mike, speaking of Mike's Adventure Sparks, look at what I got. Let me get up to the calendar. Mike sent me a whole bunch of his stickers and his magnet things. Really cool, man. Maybe I'll put an offer in. I do this every once in a while. Let me see. I can't find the other one. But if you want to, I've got, oh, here, I've got a couple of kinds of stickers. I got the ones with Mickey on them. And then I got the ones that are here. If you use my email and send me an email if you live in the United States and Canada, and I know there's a couple of people that I haven't got the stickers to yet, but if you send me a postal address, I'll send you some free stickers. So how's that for an offer? So uh hey, nice to have you with us. All right, the artist nook. Uh Here's Ferdinand. The community in Mike's school is second to none. Well, well, I don't know about that. But anyway, I appreciate all the positive comments about that. So listen, I promised in the teaser for this live stream, and if you have a question, feel free to ask a question, okay? I teased a little bit about this book, Think Faster, Talk Smarter. Now, I got to tell you, this is one of those books, and I've got it linked in the notes in the description. This book and Mindset by Carol Dweck. These are two books that every content creator probably needs to read. This book was not written with content creators in mind. It's written with anybody that is put on the spot, that is asked a question, impromptu speaking. That's sort of the basis of the book. But the insights in the book are absolutely fascinating. I want to share a couple of them with you today, and maybe get some feedback from you guys that are in the chat about it. But as a content creator, I have to be able to, now in a live stream, you might think talking smarter and being able to be sharp on your feet is important. I think the power of this book isn't that. The power of this book is some of the principles, let me get my glasses on, are some of the principles that he covers that I think are so incredible. And he's even got a chapter on listening. Now, I was talking to Bill offline, Pops. One of the things is really interesting, let me see, got a couple of people here. Rhonda, good to see you. So take a look at it. I want to make a point here. Let me see what this is. I'm having problems with Pop's link to get. Yeah. Oh, wait, if that's a problem, I'll check it later in the description. That's a bummer. If you just go into your search and type in Pop's Wisdom Talks, that will get you to his channel. Let's see. Like the link to the podcast is showing not. Well, there you go. Every time you think about you got something covered and you got it all set up, bang, nothing works right. I don't know. That's what I love about YouTube. You get everything figured out and you don't have anything figured out, you know. Bill and I were talking about that the other day. Let's see what this is. Shows not found. That's no fair. That's no fun. I went to all the trouble to do that ahead of time. Well, for all of you that are struggling with that, finding it, if you're already a subscriber, it should show up in your feeds. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go back here for a moment. See, I got totally sidetracked now. Oops, that's not the one. Duh. Hang on. Don't go away. Got to get the right one. Hmm. Maybe I bounced out of it. And oh, there's part of it. Let me see if I can go over there and go. Nah, that won't work either. Well, anyway, for those of you that are struggling finding it, the name of the channel is Mike and Pop's podcast. I love it. I thought I was really prepared. Oh my word! So Cranky Cynic says, if you search on the title, it'll come up. Mm, 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 mm. Let me play around with this just for a moment. Eh, I give up. Get off of here. Get off of there. That's what I get for talking about something that I knew nothing about. Hmm. So here's where we were at. Mhm. Yeah. So here it is, Old Mike and Pop's podcast. If you search for that, you should be able to find it. I don't know if that helps or not. I hope it does. Old Mike and Pop's podcast. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Help me out. Forget fishing. We're doing this instead. So we got one more brand new subscribers. That's cool. We started with 5. So if you type that in, let's see, I don't know whether I can put that in the over in the live stream or not. Let me see. Scott's the guy who's so good at the live stream. Oh my word. So there's the link. I put it in the chat. I'm not sure that's clickable or not, but So there you go. Let me get this off of here for a moment. So there it is. Took me 10 minutes to figure that out. There is Old Mike and Pop's podcast. If you'll type that in or write that in into a search engine somewhere, that should get you there. And then I'll go back down once I get this thing figured out and posted and get the link set up in the description. Don't know what happened there. So let me go back to get this off the screen. So what's going on is that during the live stream, I've noticed a community gets together, and I haven't been able to figure out whether a live stream is between the person doing the live stream and all the people that are in the chat. Sometimes there's a whole nother dynamic of all the people that are in the chat that are chatting with each other, and it's as if the person doing the live stream isn't even there. I've been on a couple of live streams with Scott, and there's so many people in, and also Rob the Maritimer. He gets a ton of people, and so sometimes you get a lot of dialogue going back and forth between the people. And I wonder, are those people that are dialoguing back and forth, are they watching the live stream? And I can only speak from my own experience. I've been in a couple of live streams, and I get chatting with people in the comment section. I don't know what in the world's going on in the screen because I'm watching the chat. There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the nature of community, and that's why we have such a good time. One of the things about the book, though, that is so important is the problem of distraction. When you're a content creator, and I think somebody mentioned it earlier on, even in the chat, about being distracted. I mean, even if you're sitting down to do a video, you can be distracted. I've got my dog on the floor, the lights or the phone, people walking by. A lot of times I'm getting ready to shoot a video and they're doing the gardening, and I mean all the different things that can come up to be a distraction. And dealing with distractions is a challenge if you don't have a mindset that is prepared for them. And one of the powers of the book, why I really recommend getting the book, he has a section where he has four different, four mindset shifts, four mindset shifts. And I wanted to just talk about one or two of them, and you guys can chat away. I'll talk about this. You can, then I'll go back to the chat and we can talk some more amongst ourselves. But I love this one. This is his third mindset shift. It's yes, but, or no, and yes, and. Let me make it clear. So you're in a conversation with somebody, and if you're the kind of person that's in a conversation, somebody's talking, and you jump in and say yes, but that's a conversation killer. Why is that? It's because it shuts down the other person's exchange and it opens up only your dialogue. He suggests instead of saying yes, but say yes, and. In other words, it's a slight and small shift, but you're acknowledging whatever it is the other person says instead of but by saying and and instead of but by saying and you then can share what you're thinking or what you're saying. Yes, but or yes, and. Again, this book is full of really small little tips that I think are really important for creators. Mind shift number 4. This one I referred to the other day somewhere. I can't remember. It's from dwelling on what happened to next play. Dwelling on what happened to next play. I'll tell you why this comes into focus for YouTube creators. Uh, if you end up getting a whoops, sorry, my camera's going around. If you end up getting a 10 of 10 video, man, it's down in the tubes. You have a tendency to also get down in the tubes, right? If you get a 1 to 10 and it's cranking out, you're getting a lot of views, a lot of comments, you get pretty excited. So his concept of from dwelling on what happened, in other words, a terrible video or a response to it or a 1 to 10, focus on the next play. He uses a sports metaphor. You can get up and hit a home run. You're pretty excited. You run the bases, you go back to the dugout, everybody's celebrating. Or you strike out and you walk back the dugout with your head hanging. Either one of those events can cause you to be discouraged or cause you to be really excited. But usually, depending on how the game's going, you've got another bat coming up. You're going to be up next somewhere this inning or the next inning or the inning after that. You've got to get up to the plate again. His whole concept for talking smarter is moving on from the failures. If we mess up a video, mess up a speech, mess up a conversation, move on from that conversation to the next event. I love it. I love it. So let's take a look at the chat for a moment. Let's see what Jen has got to say here. Matt Abrams is the author. There is a podcast. That's correct. It is. Thank you, Jen. I don't have a link to his podcast. Here's the book again. Think Smarter. I have Think Faster. I wish I could think smarter. Talk smarter. Remember, I did a video the other day about starting smart. Now I got to think smart. Thank you, Jen. I would figure you would know all of this kind of stuff. Man, I tell you, that's great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it for the gift. I don't know how much that is in that currency. Maybe it's $1 million. I don't know. Oh man, I like premises because I like being the first person to watch my own videos. Sometimes I never announce my premises ahead of time. Well, that makes sense. I like that. Let me go back here and see what everybody else is talking about. Sally says, love this one. Also great when working with your addicted loved one to try not to escalate a conversation that's going a little sideways. Sally and I have been talking about doing something together. I may come on her program at some time. I don't make this public, don't talk about it a lot, but I'm a recovering addict. I've gone through a 12-step program, something I've dealt with all of my life. I won't tell you what the addiction is, but it's something that once you recognize it, it's so important that you understand and this gets deeper because of the family dynamics involved. I'm a recovering narcissist. I'm a recovering a lot of things. And so all the pain and suffering that I caused my family. And you say, "Oh, Mike, could you possibly do that?" Yeah, I could. I did. I mean, the advantage of living till you're 82 is that eventually some of this stuff you get worked out. But I encourage anybody, no matter how old you are, if you've got a problem, the first thing you've got to admit that you've got the problem and then begin working on the problem. And so I've been in recovery for maybe 35 years. This is after I was even in the ministry. I mean, it's so important to go of everything that is involved. You don't have to go through a 12-step program necessarily, but there are programs that are similar that are so important for you to get involved with. I got to tell you. Let's jump into a couple other comments. Old me living. My problem right now is hook in the first 30 seconds and the call to action to view another video at the end. I just don't remember to do those. But I'm kind of just not worried about it. Well, yeah, don't sweat it. Uh, Bill, especially, thank you. I gave another gift. My word. Thank you guys, all of you that are supporting the channel. I appreciate that a lot. Uh, Bill Pops. He's got a big checklist. I think one of the live streams I did with him or somewhere along the line, he and I were talking, and he's got a huge checklist of all the things that he's got to do during a video and after a video. It cracks me up, you know. But you're absolutely right. Bill and I were on here for 30 minutes before I started the live stream. And I got to tell you, it took me an hour just to set up all the mechanics and all the different things. You can't remember it all, but that's why you start small and you build and you go there. The first 30 seconds are there's no mystery to the first 30 seconds. Here it is in a nutshell, in a package. Do not introduce yourself. That's it. Do not introduce yourself. Instead, introduce your topic or provide a hook for that topic. Hang on a second. I'm looking at myself on the other screen. How come it's so fuzzy over there? Not fuzzy over here. The key is on a hook is that it has to have some curiosity. The worst hook is, hi, my name is Mike. Welcome to my channel. So glad you could come back. I mean, that kind of an introduction doesn't attract any attention at all. It might be nice if you've got 100,000 subscribers, you can get away with that kind of an introduction, but not in the beginning. You can. I think the best introduction introduces the topic with some kind of curiosity factor. Let me give you an example. Would you like to know how to fix your dog? Okay, that's just a simple question. But that kind of an introduction for anybody that's got a dog is going to slow them down and maybe provide a reason for them to stick around and watch your video. Uh, Lori, you're too much, kid. Thank you very much. Wow. Here's Mark. I just put a podcast talking about how your scars become your testimony. Hearing you talk about your addictions made me. Yes, that's absolutely Mark of the Valiant Forge. Great podcast, great friend. And he and I have talked on our videos and channels before. The my favorite passage, I reference it a lot, is James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4. Count it all joy, my brethren, when you fall into various trials, knowing this, that the testing of your faith produces endurance. Well, that it seems to be strange to say, count it joy when you fall into a trial. The problem is, even when good things happen, I don't know whether they're going to have a good ending or not, right? So the the idea behind that verse, I believe that God is teaching us is that he produces something through what we're going through. If I go through a trial, and the rest of that passage in James 1 talks about it, it produces endurance or patience or strength. So the purpose of our trials and the things we go through, they do produce those things for us. So I agree with Mark, what he says here. We don't know. This may become our biggest testimony. Yeah, I agree. Let's check a few more here. Thanks for sharing this, Mike. Addiction affects so many of us, whether ourselves and something. Yeah, it's been my experience being in the recovery community for a number of years that you have Alcoholics Anonymous, of course, and then you have groups for those who are married to the alcoholics or related to the alcoholics. It's just as much a challenge for the person who becomes a uh, dependent, codependent, all the things that you work through it. And, but you can work through it. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Well, let's see. Isn't he just, well, so you guys are talking to yourselves here. Me either. I never asked anybody to subscribe. I never asked them to look at another video. Well, you don't ask them. Well, here's the deal. I never ask anybody to subscribe. Maybe my first 4 or 5 videos I did. After that, I didn't, and I don't anymore. Now, in the first 2 podcasts that Bill and I do, we do ask people to subscribe, trying to build up the channel. But with the end screen, you don't have to, at the end of every video, you will get, matter of fact, I was watching, I have another channel where all my sermons are on, and I was playing it for my wife last night. So we're watching my sermon. And so I had an end screen that popped up from the sermon the following week, but next to it, YouTube will pop up another video for you to watch. Whether you like it or not, they'll pop up another video. At the end of my sermon, do you know what popped up on the screen? Laurel and Hardy. That's right, a Laurel and Hardy movie. Well, that's because I've watched a few Laurel and Hardy movies. My wife and I, who is on uh is disabled and in bed. So so we watched the Laurel and Hardy movies. But I thought it was so funny. At the end of this really important sermon that I'm doing, pops up a Laurel and Hardy movie. So my point, Tiffs, is that whether you put up a video or not, YouTube will put up a video. You might as well put your video up there as an end screen to get people to come back to your channel to watch more of your videos. So let's check if we've got a lot of people talking in here today. So let me see. You can get a little gift to use as a likes. Yeah. Uh, CapCut has they're not overlays, they're stickers. That's what they are. They're stickers. Oh, let's see. Love your energy, Mike. Will join your school community. I hope you do. Uh, as far as my energy goes, by the time I get off of this video, I'm going to take a nap. Do you know I've been taking naps? Matter of fact, I learned this in the Marine Corps. When we were in Vietnam, there was a slogan, and it stayed with me ever since. You eat when you can eat, and you sleep when you can sleep, because you never know when you're going to eat again or sleep again. So when I came out of the Marine Corps and I went into business and into the ministry shortly after that, every afternoon around 1 or 2, I take what's called a power nap. That's where you lay down. You don't go all the way to sleep. You just kind of go off and doze. And I've been doing that ever since my 30s. Ever since my 30s. I take a power nap every day. But yeah, I got that from the Marine Corps, man. There are a lot of times we didn't eat, and a lot of times we didn't sleep. So when you get a chance, you sleep and you eat. I can't use that excuse anymore for eating, though, unfortunately. Uh, hey, Fred, let's see. Uh, Off topic question. My understanding is the Bible says there is an unforgivable sin. What are your insights on this? Holy moly. Wow. Well, the unforgivable sin is supposedly lying to the Holy Spirit or blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. My view is that if you if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, now those of you that are not don't follow Christ and you have some other tradition, this is my view on this. But according to the Bible, if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, first of all, I've never been anybody that's actually done that. So the question is, well, if you do that, it's unforgivable, and you lose your salvation or whatever, depending on if you're a Calvinist or an Arminian. Boy, I'm getting deep into the weeds here. But I don't believe that a true born again believer can actually blaspheme the Holy Spirit. That's just my view. I don't know. So take it for what it's worth. I may be wrong. I don't know that much about anything really. Inspiration. You truly are an inspiration. Oh, you guys are too much. Let's go over here. My issue lately is I've gotten off track with my channel, and the longer I don't put a video together, the more, well, that's true. I mean, it's like anything else. I was having trouble with my right leg, and so I got a physical therapist to come to the house, a great guy, and I'm feeling a lot better with it. But I gotta tell you, so, he was coming once a week, now he's coming every 3 weeks or whatever. So I've got the physical therapy program, but here's the deal, if you don't work it, I mean, if you miss a day or 2, like he said, if you miss a day, don't sweat it, but get right back on it. If you miss 2 or 3 days, the harder it becomes. So, to share with the distracted creator, here's what I suggest. Get a workflow together and set that up. I have a workflow. I was doing a live stream every Monday. I did that for 2 months and I can't sustain that. So I have to adjust that workflow. I'm going to do a live stream now on the first Monday of every month. That's all I can really handle. But in my school platform, on every Wednesday, I'm doing a live call in. Well, I was having trouble keeping up with that. So I've backed off. I'm doing those live call ins in my school every other week. In the meantime, I publish one video a week. So I've got live streams, I've got the school, and I spend a lot of time in the school dialoguing with the people there, creating content and guides and worksheets for the school. So a fair amount of time is going into that. So going back just 2 or 3 months ago, I was only doing one video a week, and that was pretty much it, and maybe an occasional live stream. So I think the way to make this work is that you have to set up what is sustainable for you and then stick to that. It's not always easy to stick to it. Life gets in the way. I understand that. But I think the most important thing is that as you create something that will work for you that you can do, that it doesn't push you too far out of your comfort zone, and then make adjustments if you as you go along. I love doing live streams. I love doing them every Monday. I just can't do them every Monday, but I can do them once a month. So I adjust my workflow to fit that. And then I have a workflow where I'm working 1 or 2 videos ahead that I release those on Saturdays. Now I have the additional workflow with Pops that we're doing a podcast. So we're going to try to get together once or twice a month to create 2, 3 podcasts at a time. And then we will release those as we go. So for my workflow, somebody that started off as a part-time YouTuber, full-time caregiver, full-time pastor, I don't know. I don't think I'm part-time YouTuber anymore. But the point is you make adjustments as you go. Something could happen tomorrow and I end up and I got to change the workflow, but I get that together and then I try to stick with it. That's my quick answer to that. Hey, Scott, Laurel and Hardy. Ah, that's a great story, isn't it? At the end of one of your live streams, wouldn't you have a Laurel and Hardy show up? That's a hoot, man. I love it. By the way, I already talked about you, Scott, earlier on. So maybe if your ears were burning, that's why. I don't know. I forgot sometimes to introduce myself. It is in my description if someone is curious. So here's what I do. I have a canned 5 or 10 second introduction. You start the video if that's what you're talking about. I start the video with the hook and then, hi, this is old Mike, old me living better. You know my motto by now. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. That's my introduction. Also, Darren Strauss. who most of you know that I really support and love her channel on storytelling. Uh, Darren has a great worksheet there on creating your backstory. I think everybody needs to have a backstory. It kind of goes along with what Abrams says in his book. If you're at a gathering and somebody walks up to you with a microphone and they say, "Well, I understand you have a YouTube channel. Can you tell us about it?" Could you stand up in a crowd or this or that and make sense in who you are as a YouTube creator? I get asked this a lot because I introduce people and I in the conversation, "Hey, I've got a YouTube channel." They say, "Oh, what's it about?" Well, you've got to be able to tell them what's it about so it makes sense in a few sentences without going through all the details and whatever. That's kind of your backstory. I think each of us needs a backstory for our channel and for our videos. I think that's important. So, hey, Chuck, how you doing? That was a good sermon. I liked you guys. I'm glad that you liked it. I don't know. But when I find genuinely inspirational about you, Mike, is that I never realized that narcissism can change and that it's even possible. Yeah, a recovering narcissist. Uh, I don't have time to get into it, but I almost destroyed my marriage because of it. I really did. And then we went through about 2 years of marriage counseling, and it was the very first time in my entire life that I actually heard what my wife was saying to me. And I remember the setting and the day, and the therapist had asked my wife a question, and she's giving the answer. And then he turns to me, the counselor. That was a she. She turns to me and she says, "Well, Mike, can you replay? Tell me, what did your wife say?" I didn't have a clue. Why didn't I have a clue? Because in my mind, I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to react, and I didn't hear a thing that she said. She introduced us to couples dialogue, which went a long ways in saving our marriage. It's similar to what we're doing here in this live stream. I had the advantage of being able to talk to you, but you can't talk to me. I have to go look at what you've written to be able to see what you talk to me. So you can't interrupt me. So couples dialogue, and my wife and I, now we've been married, we'll be married 61 years. We went to therapy about 25, 30 years ago. So we've worked a lot of this out. We still use the couples dialogue. Would you believe it, to this day? Sometimes we'll get in a situation and we start interrupting each other and we'll say, let's do this couples dialogue way. And so she will say what it is she wants to say. I listen to her and then I repeat it back to her and I say, did I get it right? That's a critical factor. I repeated back to her what it was I heard her say, and then I ask her, "Did I get it right?" If I didn't get it right, she has the permission to say, "No, you didn't get it right. I said this instead of that." And the reason for that is in communication, we'll say something, and boy, oh boy, what we think we heard is not what the person really said. And going through that process and through marriage counseling, that's the first time that the somebody identified me as a narcissist, and all of a sudden it opened up a whole vision for how I had seen people, related to people, walked over people, became the master of the universe, the head of all of this stuff, and it was destroying my relationships, my ministry, my business, and my life. But you can recover from it. You can go to therapy, you can go to counseling, you can go to a 12-step program. There's so many resources to get help if you avail yourself to them. Oh man, I'm just rambling on here about this, that, and the other thing. Let me see if I can catch up with some of these. Hmm. Yeah, they don't change. Okay, maybe I got that one already. You guys are great. Mm. Solo Retired Life says, "Oh man, power naps are great. I used to take one every now and then." So everybody that's in the live stream today, as soon as we're done, let's all go take a power nap. Oh, brother, would that be a hoot? Oh man. About your school, where are the niches that represented there amongst the members? Is it mostly talking heads? Oh, that's a great question. So my school, it's got about 280 members now. A lot of them came over from Ty Meyer's school when he closed his school down. And so there's a lot of creators that have we've got some creators with over 100,000 subscribers and some with that haven't started their channels at all. I do have several that are faceless channels that are in the group. By and large, most of them are either talking heads or vlog. Stevenson's in there. He's got a camping channel. Deb's RV Services in there. She's got a camping channel. She does vlogs of her camping and also RV inspection stuff. So it's a wide mix of people. I'm going to say that they're probably 30 and above, 40 and above, age wise. Not sure. I don't have that breakdown for sure, but it's a healthy group. The one great thing about the school is whatever question you have to ask, I've got creators and people in there that have been in on the internet for years, have a great background and stuff. And whatever question so far, all the questions that people ask, somebody's got something helpful. So I think that's the best part of being in the school group. And again, it's not free; it's $5 a month, and you can bail anytime that you want to. Let's see. Since I'm running out of time, I'm kind of going through here to see if there. Let me get this one here. Mark says, if you're worried that you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, you probably didn't. That's a great comment. That's absolutely true. My husband is a Vietnam veteran too, same age as you. I don't know if you're talking to, oh, you're talking to John Hauser. Uh, what type of camera do you use? Right now, I'm shooting on my Osmo Pocket 3. I got a bunch of cameras for live streaming. I use my Osmo Pocket 3. I do have a Sony R50V, and I've got a Canon. I got a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I'll live stream just off my MacBook Pro. My videos, I shoot all my videos on my Osmo Pocket 3. It really is a great camera for a lot of different things. Uh, so sometimes in a live stream, you'll notice that I get fuzzy. That's not the camera, that's going to be the transmission. I'm using StreamYard, and the resolution is down to 720. So I hopefully don't get, they're installing new internet in my neighborhood. So it's going to be a mess until all of that gets fixed up. Let's see here. Oh, my Sally. I didn't realize recovering narcissism therapy would need to apply to you, darling. Ah, see, this is the kind of conversation what I was talking about. All you guys get in here, talk with each other, and I catch up and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, Santa Fe Fred. Fred, I'm going to join. Hopefully, you all don't get sick of me, the amount of questions. Hey, Fred, we'll welcome you. We will not get sick of you, I'm sure. Yeah, here's the question. The video is blurring. Is it you or me? Nah, it's the internet connection. Uh the stream is doing well. But if you have a poor, I'm in StreamYard. I've streamed in Riverside and StreamYard and from a YouTube studio. In all of those, no matter the camera I'm using, I will oftentimes get a fuzzy output on the output end, and that's not because of the camera, it's not because of Riverside or StreamYard, it's because even when the resolution is at 720, sometimes that gets corrupted as it goes along. So, I'm pooped out. It's 11 o'clock. Thank you for everybody that's been here. Thank you for the gifts that many of you have given. I hope that you all get a chance to get over to the podcast. I'll go in and I'll update the link to the podcast, make sure that's working in the show notes. And I won't be back with a live stream until a month from today. Well, the first Monday in July. Wow, that's going to be right around July the 4th. First Monday in July, whatever it is, whatever that Monday is. I think maybe it's the 6th. First Monday in July, we'll be doing a live stream. Maybe we have some hot dogs together. Anyway, enjoy your day. Was beautiful having you all here. Have a great day.